Before we begin today's broadcast, we would like to take a moment to thank our supporters on patreon.com/howdyfolks, whose support helps make live streams like this possible. If you want to become a patron supporter, head over to patreon.com/howdyfolks today. And now, without further ado, let's begin the show.
Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome to another live stream of Skyward Sword, where, got the new Zelda shirt on. This has nothing to do with Skyward Sword. This is a link to the past, and I actually got this to wear during the Link's Awakening streams, but we're not playing that today. We're playing this. So, is the chat still working on screen? If someone in the chat could say something, that would be great, because periodically the on-screen chat just stops working, and I've yet to figure out why, how. I don't know. Hey, bits work though. Thank you, Hal. Here, have a horn. Oh, and look at that also. Wait, what the heck? What? Is there something in here? Oh, that I don't like that. I felt like something on my lips, but I guess not, because there's nothing in here. Should probably check this thing more often to make sure there's not like a poisonous spider living in it. That's scary. Didn't need to think about that one. Thank you, Banana Hat, for saying something. And by the way, Banana Hat, welcome to the stream. I know you've been unable to catch these in the past, so it's great to have you here. Great to have Halrondo and Blood Elf and Creepa. Aw, man. So we are actually going back into the mine today. We are going way back into the mine. We don't have a pickaxe, but we got our sword, and we're gonna swing it from side to side. So today we are heading into the dungeon in Lanayru. My gosh, this is loud for me. Let me turn that down some. We got to this point. I think the last time we played this was Thursday night, and I couldn't stream Friday, and of course Saturday. We streamed Link's Awakening for 6 hours, which was an absolute blast, and we will be doing that again next Saturday. I don't know if we're going to go for like 6 hours, but we might. I might alternate between this and Link's Awakening. We might play Link's Awakening, sometime, maybe on an afternoon, but I kind of like having it as a Saturday game, because we haven't had a good Saturday game in a while. You could argue we haven't had a Saturday game since we finished up Kingdom Hearts. We did go back, though. Didn't we play another Zelda game on Saturdays? I mean, besides this one? I'm trying to remember now the timeline. Was it we played Twilight Princess, and then we did Kingdom Hearts, and then we did Wind Waker? What was the order we played through these things in? I can't remember at all. This is my background noise, says Blood Elf and Banana Hat. Well, I mean, as far as background noise goes, could be a lot worse, you know. You get my soft, melodic voice. Oh goodness, wait a minute, hold on. I just realized on this screen, oh, we had adjusted it for Link's Awakening, I'd forgotten. So we need to move the face cam kind of back up out of over here. Back up to here somewhere. I think we had it blocking the items before. So we'll just kind of stick it there like that. And then the chat, I believe, needs to be bumped up some. We did Wind Waker, Twilight, Breath of the Wild was somewhere in there, and Kingdom Hearts. I don't think that's the exact order. We did Breath of the Wild first, and then Twilight, and then Wind Waker. Are you sure we did them? Oh, I guess we must have done them all before Kingdom Hearts then. But that means that we played those, like, over a year ago? Oh my gosh. I didn't realize it had been that long, but I guess that checks out. Yeah, because we were playing them. Remember we used to do the breakfast stream. Wind Waker's definitely before Twilight? It wasn't. I'm almost positive it wasn't, because the reason we played through Twilight Princess on the stream was because I had never played Twilight Princess. I'd played like the first half, and then I was like, we're can do it again. I'm gonna check though. This is like the easiest thing in the world to check. youtube.com/howdyfolkslive. Here we go. And we're just gonna go to videos, and we're gonna scroll through. Now I can't show you what I'm looking at, but what I can tell you is, oh yeah, we had a Skyrim series that went for like 9 episodes. What did we name this character? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember. There's Kingdom Hearts 0.2, Kingdom Hearts 3 streams, Yoshi. Oh, we did just a bite of a Yoshi. Oh my gosh, I forgot that I did like a 4-hour Toy Story 2 stream where I played through all of Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue, which I thought would have taken a lot longer. Alright, so I haven't had any Zeldas. I'm in the Kingdom Hearts now. I'm going backwards through the Kingdom Hearts. Oh, they're not on this channel. Was I not uploading archives to this channel yet? I guess it's possible. Well, that's fine. That's fine. We'll go to Howdy, folks. And that's apparently Howdy, folks. Gaming? How about that? You like that? I mean, this channel does not exist. Don't toy with me right now. There we go. Had like a split second where I was like, what are you talking about? I definitely have a channel. I know that I do. Don't tell me that I don't. We'll just do a search for... I can't believe we're doing this in the middle of the stream. That's fine. This gives people time to join in case they're not here yet. Okay. So I've got Wind Waker, episode... Looking for episode 1. Zelda episode 2, episode... Oh my gosh. They all say a year ago. This isn't helpful. Let's just do Zelda, and then we'll add number 1 to the search result. Have y'all noticed that YouTube search is weird now when you search on your own channel or on the back end? Like, it doesn't give you the results you actually want. Okay. So, Wind Waker number 1 was released on... Stop that. Streamed June 12th, 2018. So, June 12th. And then Twilight Princess... Scrolling my way back trying to find the first one. Here's the playlist. I can get to it from there. What have you done? Why have you taken me back? There it is. Twilight Princess was streamed on February 21st. So we started Twilight Princess February 21st, 2018, and then we did Wind Waker on June 16th, 2018. So there we go. That's the answer to this question. There you go. I hope that y'all enjoyed this intro. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat now. Oh yeah, I better fix that. Are we talking about the chat? I got the chat moved back to where it goes, so hopefully that's what we're talking about. I'm playing Rocket League, says Blood Elf. I've never played Rocket League, but I've watched Rocket League be played, and it looks good. I like the font for the chat showing up. It's a little flat, though. Well, what I could do is... No. I was trying to think of a joke, but I can't think of any. There's nothing to do with that. I don't think we have to be up here, and I don't quite know why I came up here, because I know we don't have to be up here, because the entrance is around on this other side. I guess I was just looking for, you know, some loot or something. You can't blame me. What is this? This looks suspicious. What if I smack this side with a Skyward strike? Nothing interesting happens. Should we just go into the front then? Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing of any, like, interest over here. I mean, I could just do this indefinitely, though. Should we go actually play the game now? Considering the first, 5 minutes of this stream were me saying hello to people and then looking back through my own channel's history, I feel like right about now I should probably actually go do the dungeon. In we go, everyone. In we go. Into the darkness. The crushing darkness. Feeling fierce, Link? Here we go. Oh, here we go. So I don't remember anything about this dungeon. The last couple, like as I got into them, I kind of started to remember things here or there. I don't remember anything about this one whatsoever, except I think we fight a giant scorpion. Oh, and we get a vacuum cleaner, if I'm not mistaken, which we can use for a side quest. Or I'm crazy, and I dreamed all of that, which is possible. Speaking of crazy, I was going crazy yesterday. If you follow me on Twitter, or you are on the Discord, you will already know this, but I went out to buy Mario Party, Super Mario Party on the Switch, so that we could play it at a movie night last night, because Jenna and Micah and Brenton came over and we were doing a little movie night. And I went to Target to pick it up, and I got home with it, so this was all yesterday as of recording. I opened the game case, and I looked inside, and there was no game. And for a second, I was like, what? Did I drop it? I looked around, there was no game case. And I thought to myself for a second, because some games do this, I was like, is this a digital-only game? Like, you can go to the store and you can buy the box, but then inside is just, like, a download code. I think it's like that if you go to Fortnite. If you go buy the Fortnite on the Switch, you get home, there is no cartridge. It's just a download code for some V-Bucks or something, because you get it free on the console itself, you crazy parents buying Fortnite for your kids. What are you doing? But I was like, no, that's not the case at all, because it would have said so on the label. I would have remembered someone mentioning that about the game, because I watched reviews about it. I was like, the game is not in here. So the very first thing I did was I went to Nintendo's help website, and turns out they have a number that you can call or text, and so I opted to text. I texted Nintendo, and I was like, hey, what do I do? The game is not here. And they said, oh, go back to Target and tell them. And I was like, you want me to just go to Target and tell them that the game that I bought was not in the case? And they're like, yeah. I was like, okay. And they're just going to believe that? Because that was my concern, right? As soon as I realized what had happened, I was like, no one's going to believe that I opened this up and there was no game inside of it. There's going to be questions asked. There's going to be suspicion. It's not like I recorded myself opening it, although I might do that from now on. So I didn't have any proof, but I went up to the store, and I talked to a guy at Target named Jeremy. Jeremy's a real nice guy, very helpful. Thank you, Jeremy. If you're watching this, you're not, but he was like, okay, we can do either a refund or an exchange, but it turns out because I bought it on a Sunday and I paid for it with a card, it wasn't going to finish processing until Monday, which meant that they couldn't do a refund or an exchange. I mean, it sounded a bit nonsensical to me. I was like, yeah, okay, sure, I'll buy that, I guess. So I couldn't get my refund then. I had to go back after work today, which is what I was doing before the stream. I immediately went to the store, and I talked to the lady at the store, and she's like, because Jeremy wasn't there, he was doing something else, and she's like, oh, I've heard of you. So they brought over loss prevention, and I talked to them, and I explained to them what happened. They were like, well, you want to do a refund or an exchange? And I was like, exchange? Because I still want the game? So I got the game. I did realize later I could have gotten it used on eBay for $30 instead of buying it new. But you know what is important is the experience that I had of buying a game that wasn't in the case. That was fun. I'm glad I got to experience that in my life. I don't recommend it though. Like, if you can avoid that, strongly recommended you avoid that. It's not it's not all it cracked up to be, okay? Let's just say that. It was very nerve-wracking. It was extremely nerve-wracking because I thought for sure no one's going to believe me. I'm not going to get my money back. You know, that's the sort of headspace I was in. This is not going to work. I don't know why I even tried this. I should have known where it was going. But fortunately, Target, I mean, very, very fortunately, gratefully, I'm very grateful that they did, in fact, believe me. Oh, can I not do this while I'm in the... And they gave me the game, so that's great. Thank you, Target. I did open it while I was still in the store to make sure that the game was in there, not because I doubted them, but because it was just a bit... I mean, you can understand being a bit paranoid about that at that point, right? Like, you go home with the game's not in the case. I think I'm just going to have to open the games at the stores from now on when I buy them. If you're wondering why I didn't just buy it digitally, it's because I like to own, like, physical copies of games. So that in the future, I can show them to my children, and they'll be like, wow, Daddy, you really used to have to go buy games? And they'll be like, yes, it was a dark, dark time for humanity. One could not simply... I mean, you could go download the game, but not always, right? Like, PlayStation 2, you're not downloading games to your PlayStation 2. Let's be real here. Oh, I see what I have to do. I'm being a fool. But I like physical media, and I'm going to continue to buy games physically. I'll tell you what, though. I don't think... It's the one time it's happened. All these games I own, and I've never once opened a case and not found the game inside of it. But because it happened the one time, I'm a little bit paranoid about it happening again. So I kind of... Why can you not control this thing? Why can it not just go straight? Watch. Okay? I'm going to fire it off straight ahead. Okay. Well, now it's working. Maybe I need to get it, like, within view of this sensor. I don't think I'm Okay, I'm clearly not leaning the controller in that direction at all. I'm leaning it the other way. Oh my, this is the worst. I hate this thing. It's like impossible to control. Anyway, I'm a bit paranoid about buying video games online now, because it was easy for me to take this game back to the store and tell them what happened, but what if I had, you know, bought it online from like Amazon or something? Am I supposed to call up Amazon and tell them this? So I think I'm probably not going to be buying Switch games online anymore. Probably get them all at the store. Probably open them in the store. Just, you know, take paranoia to the nth degree, just to make sure there's never any questions as to whether or not the game is present before I leave the store. Because that's just the sort of paranoid lad I am. For those of you who don't know me that well, most of you should know this by now. When little things like this happen, when I have a thing that has to be done, like going back to the store the next day to get my refund. Why did the chat die? What are you guys doing? Well, I guess I'm background audio for most of you, aren't I? That's fine, I can live that life. When things like this occur, they consume my brain, right? That's all I can think of. That's all I can focus on. I can't, like, even when I'm doing other tasks, when I'm at work, in the back of my head, I'm always just thinking, oh, I gotta go get this game thing taken care of. And that's all I'll be able to think about until it is taken care of. I don't need that in my life. I don't need to be buying a game and then wondering on the ride home whether or not it's there. So I'm just I already carry a pocket knife with me. I'm just gonna, from now on, whip that thing out and threaten the whip that thing out and open the game up. I'm curious as to how it happened, though. I looked it up, and apparently it can be a manufacturing error that the game just doesn't get put in the case. But according to the internet, I've never dealt with this, but according to the internet, it's more likely someone bought it, opened it, took the game out, resealed it, and returned it. So I don't know. I don't know if they can track, like, whether or not that game was previously purchased by someone in the past, or like figure out who might have returned it. I'd be interested in finding out if they could figure that sort of thing out, but I don't think they'd tell me, right? Like, that's the only issue. I think you got to break all of their heads at once, which is sort of a bit of a hassle. You got to get your sword, like, exactly lined up for it. There we go. Like, I don't think I can just walk in there and be like, can I talk to loss prevention? Hey, buddy, do you remember me? And just out of curiosity, did you ever figure out what happened to that missing game cart? I am curious, though. But that's my story of the last couple of days. That's what I've been doing. And it's been a real adventure. Okay, so we can't progress any further until we get the dungeon item, I don't reckon. Get out of here. See, these are the little, like, children, I think, of the giant scorpion creature we have to fight. What I remember most about the scorpion creature is that this boss fight, like, really irritated me because I couldn't quite get a handle on the controls. And I spent a lot of time trying to, like, stab it in its little eyes that are inside of its claws for some reason. And really struggling with that. We'll see if that's actually a problem now, though. How many rupees can we hold? Hold on a minute before we go any further with this. We've got, oh, I guess we can keep, yeah, we'll keep that equipped. I don't know why it wasn't equipped to begin with. Oh, because it's mostly damaged. We'll get rid of it then. How do we find that? Is it 1? Yeah, so plus 900, and then we have a 500. So we can only hold 1,400, and we're getting close to that. We might have to leave the dungeon, like, midway through, which is fine. It'll save its progression, I'm pretty sure. But if we get close to filling up our rupees, I will leave and go buy some stuff, because I don't want to waste any rupees that we might find in here by not having enough space for them. So just a heads up on that one. Just be prepared, because that might be a thing that happens. Can we not break these? Oh, can we push them? If we can push them, where do I push them to? Apparently I can. Sure. Can I get them out of this little area, though? Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to use our Sheikah Slate. No, that's not going to happen. To lift it up and put it over here. Now, we do probably need to somehow get one. We should have the dungeon item by now. Why haven't we gotten the dungeon item? Any tips for renting your first apartment? I'm about to start renting one. Well, that's exciting. My first apartment was a... I think there's videos of it, too. I think I did a tour of it a long time ago. But it was just one big room with a bathroom, which I think a lot of people didn't realize until I moved out. They were like, I thought that was just your bedroom. I was like, no, that is the room. That is the kitchen, the bedroom, the bathroom. Well, the bathroom is off to one side. The kitchen, the bedroom, the living space. I actually entertained company there a couple of times. At one point, I had like 5 guys in that one little bedroom. Tips for finding an apartment. It's good to be on a lower floor in terms of, like, heating and cooling, because you have, like, the insulation gap of a whole other room above you, but you will have a lot of noise issues. So if you're sensitive to loud noise or loud people, it's going to be a bigger hassle moving into it. Leave me. Why is Micah calling me? It's going to be a bigger hassle moving in, but it's better to be on the top floor, because then you won't have the noise of people above you, like, stomping around at all hours of the night. I think getting a corner apartment is better if you can find a corner apartment, because if you're on the corner, it limits the amount of people you have to either side of you. Or I guess not really a corner, but on an end. You know, so normally you have someone, if it's multi-storied, you could potentially have someone to your left, to your right, above you, below you. And then if it's like dual-sided, behind you. That's a lot of people, that's a lot of noise. But if you find one on the end, you can at least limit... So on the top floor, on the very end, you can at least limit 2, possibly 3 of the shared walls you'll have with other people. A lot of my tips for apartments are just about finding quiet ones. Because my second apartment that I lived in, I had the spawn of Satan living beneath me, and they kept me up at all hours of the night making horrible racket. So, do I need to find a key? Is that what I'm trying to do? What about this? How do you get this open? This just looks like it needs a switch or something. If you have any specific questions to ask, I might be able to help you further. But that's my recommendation for now. is to limit the amount of people directly around you. Can I move all of these? And is there a benefit to it? Where do I need to move them to? See, I feel like in order to do anything productive with these, we have to have the dungeon item to clear away all this dirt and dust. And I don't know what to do without that dungeon item. I have no idea how to progress. What is this mark here? Oh, that's the bird statue. There's the chest we already opened. We don't have a key. What did we get out of that first chest? If not a key. Yeah, the door's locked, not open. Are we stuck? Are we actually... Hold on, no, wait. There's got to be something we can hit to, like, open this door here. Like, up above it or something. I mean, there's got to be something. I suppose there doesn't have to be. Maybe this is just a dead end. Maybe we cannot continue the game at this point. Maybe we broke something earlier. What's up there? Oh, if there's something up here. If this is the secret. Hold on, everyone. Okay, so it turns out the reason my brother was calling me is because yesterday he left ice cream in my freezer and he wanted to come over and get it. So that's what we just did. Oodles of fun. He knew I was streaming too. I told him, because he asked me if I was going to come over today and do something with the nieces. And I was like, not today, probably tomorrow. I'm streaming right now. And then he just decided, oh, well, I'll just go over there anyway. So thanks, Micah. Thanks for showing up where you're not wanted and interrupting my live stream. I mean, it's not as though family's more important than video games or anything like that. I've certainly never made that claim, nor would I ever prescribe to such an idea. It's absolute ludicrous. Family ahead of video games? I think not. We are seriously, like, confuddled here, though. Like, I have no idea how to progress forward. And the sad thing is that this is probably pretty simple. There is probably just a switch somewhere that I'm not seeing. Drop down? Oh. No, don't do that. No, that seems like a horrible idea. We gotta figure out how to get something around here. Any feedback, any tips in the chat would be greatly appreciated. I'm thinking if I could get up there somehow, we'd be good to go, but I've got no idea how I'm supposed to get up there somehow, because you can't necessarily move these out of here. At least not any way that I know of. Right? And I don't think we can get up there if we just push this over. I suppose I can try. Oh. Oh, we can. Oh. Okay, well, there we go. It turns out the answer was there all along. I thought we had to do the other two rooms and then this room would open up. I didn't realize. I apologize, everyone. At least it wasn't like that darn raccoon in Link's Awakening, where it took me the first hour to figure out we had to go grind up a mushroom to turn him back into Mario, or whatever we had to do there. We got this one sorted out a lot sooner. It turns out just exhausting all potential options right at the start is probably the best way to figure out how to move forward. That's a lesson I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life. I'm going to carry this lesson with me. Stay back, you. Stay back, you. Get away from me! Oh, Link. Oh. Nice. Very nice. This is the thing with Link. You gotta chastise him when he does wrong, but you also gotta praise him when he does right. Because every so often, I'll wiggle my arms around, and Link will actually comply with what I want him to do. Not always, especially when flying this darn beetle. It's really hard to get it to go straight, but every so often it works. Now, I'm not gonna praise Link for that. I'm gonna praise the beetle. The beetle did good work. Alright, let's try not to be stupid. Let's try not to be stupid. Nice. Nice! We didn't even take damage that time. Here's a sandwich. You gotta take your rations in the desert. Thank you, Hal. I appreciate the sandwich. Oh, wait, hold on. Boy, howdy. Uh-oh, I hear a keys. I gotta fix that. Did you notice how big the bits were and how small the writing was? Also, why does it no longer read it out? Text to speech. Oh, I think there's like a bit minimum you gotta reach for that. To keep people from spamming like 1 bits. 1 bits again and again to make the game say like a bunch of things. But, man, a sandwich sounds good right now. I haven't eaten dinner, actually. I had a bit of trail mix. Like the crumbs of trail mix in the bottom of a bag. And I shot that. Like, you know, a wild college student might shoot alcohol. I would honestly know nothing about that. I think the only alcohol I've had in recent memory was I had a sip of wine at my parents' house for Christmas. I know. I'm living wild out here. But, yeah, I took a shot of some crumbs out of the bottom of a trail mix bag, and I was like, I guess that's dinner. There we go. It'll be good. It'll hold me over. It'll stem the tide of hunger. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh no! I can't in good conscience blame that on Lake. I threw him off the edge. I guess we got to go back to the other room now, and we can finally open that locked door. We got to get the dungeon item soon, though. I'm real concerned about this dungeon item because you have to like wiggle the remote to show where you want to, blow stuff, and I'm real concerned that the wiggling in this game is not super spot on. I realize, now that I'm thinking about it, it might be this controller. Because I've had trouble getting this controller to, like, aim properly at the start of the game, unless I'm on the back side of the room, as far away from the TV as I can get, which is probably how it was designed to operate in the first place, I will confess. That makes sense to me. But, okay, we gotta wait till it deflates, I guess? Oh! Snap! That was not what I expected to have happen. Not at all. Okay. Oh. Nice, got it. Hold on just a second. I realized something about the chat here that I hadn't thought about in a while. Switch to non-mod settings. No, I want mod settings. Slow mode is off. Okay, I wanted to make sure. Because I remember someone asked about that last time. I was pretty sure I had it turned off, but I wanted to confirm. Oh, this whole thing is crawling in bad guys, and I just realized it. Like, last second. That could have been horrible. We could have had those things crawling all over us. I don't like to have bugs crawl on me. I'm actually pretty okay with bugs existing in a room with me, or even within semi-close proximity, but them being on me is something I am not okay with. That applies to most things in life, unless it's like a puppy or a kitten. Otherwise, just I don't want anything making physical contact with me. It's gonna be a real hassle, like if I ever get married and have a wife. So I definitely need her to maintain some distance. I don't know. I gotta find a woman who's okay with me, sleeping in a different room in a different bed, which is gonna be a bit complicated. That's less about, a fear of physical contact with other human beings, and more of a I like my own bed thing. Like I treasure sleep. I value sleep. I like my bedroom. I like my bed. And I don't know if I want to share any of that with anyone. So maybe it'll change. Maybe that'll change someday for me. Unlikely, though. Nice. Rest in peace, little beetle. You did what had to be done. Now, these things, I think, are going to fly at some point. We're going to turn this room on, and they're going to start hovering around. And if you thought the flying guardians in Breath of the Wild were annoying, just wait till you get a load of these things. They're kind of similar, actually. There's a lot of similar technologies in these games. Well, I mean, they're all Zelda games, so I guess it makes sense, but... Alright, here we go. Go get him, Tiger. Or Beetle. Okay, see, it gets stuck going in a direction that is not, like, straight. It won't go straight. It veers to one side or the other, and I can't make it go just straight. It's super annoying. It might be this controller. I might need to try one of the other controllers. The other controller, I have one of them that I've got at least. Oh, good. These are the ones that don't fly. Convenient. The other one I've got, yeah, that's going to close. I get it. It makes a weird noise. Instead of vibrating, it goes like, buzz. Y'all will remember this if you've been watching for any length of time. In the eye? In the eye? Yeah, there we go. Okay, these aren't as bad as I remember. The flying ones are worse, though. I don't even know if you can defeat them. Shrek me. Okay. That was definitely a thrust forward! Ugh. Motion controls. As a person who doesn't move their body very often, I'm just not a fan of motion controls. They're not bad in this game. I think the controls are actually pretty fun in this one. I will say that they are not as precise as I would like them to be, but, you know, what can you do? Also, what are these green things here? Can I collect these? Oh, it's stamina. Of course it is, because I got to run across this bridge. This is how we know we're doing the right thing. The game is rewarding us. It's like dropping little breadcrumbs all along the trail, because that's what Hansel and Gretel were doing. They were dropping little breadcrumbs along the trail. A lot of people don't know that. They were actually trying to reward the birds that were following them, because they didn't want to go in the woods alone. Hansel and Gretel, they wanted to go for a walk in the forest, but they didn't want to do it by themselves, and they didn't have any adults around to help them. So maybe they should have stayed home, but they were like, no, we'll get the little woodland creatures to help us out. Wow, I got it. So they left a trail of breadcrumbs, and the birds were supposed to follow them and keep an eye on them. But those rascally birds, they ate all of the breadcrumbs, and then they just ran off, and they just left them to their own devices. They let them get eaten by a witch, because that's how that story ends. Actually, doesn't like Hansel have to eat Gretel? Or is that their names? Hansel and Gretel? Yeah. Isn't that like the actual story? Because they all have some weird dark element that we conveniently leave out of the modern retellings. But I'm pretty sure one of those elements is that one of the kids has to eat the other one to further fatten them up in preparation for themselves being eaten. Or am I wrong? I might be wrong. I want to believe that I am wrong. I want to believe that that is not something anyone would ever tell. But then again... Oh my gosh, what was I supposed to... Oh, ugh. No. Oh, well, it is a lot faster to just let it hit me, isn't it? Oh, but it's going to keep doing it. There we go. All right. Death to you, you foul beast. I was kind of hoping it would drop a heart, but what can you do? Is this going to open that door over there? All right, not the one I thought it was going to open, but fair enough. Is there a fast... Ooh, look at that. This looks like a head of one of those robots out there, but like on a much larger scale. And also, can I hit that crystal? Well, yes, if I could actually get this stupid thing to fly the way I want it to. And it does nothing, so it was a waste of time. Good to know. Very good to know. Whoa! We haven't gotten the dungeon items still. I'm really obsessed. I know it seems like I'm really obsessed about this, but I'm telling you. Gotta get that dungeon item. Alright, let's get rid of all these guys. I don't think they'll respawn in here once we take them down. Oh, and I guess we can use them to clear away a path as well. Which is probably what they're here for in the first place. Well, Shrek me. I just sort of thought we would make that. I realize now that that was folly. I did that thing where I made an assumption. And you know what they say about making assumptions? Sometimes they're wrong. Alright. Is this a different guy? Oh, he's buzzing away. Oh, come on now! This is actually going to drive me insane. I'm going to lose my mind because of this controller. Well, that didn't do it. Hopefully they do respawn in that case. Or hold on, we got bombs. We can do this. We can make this happen. Dang it. Maybe we can't make this happen then. Alright. progressing forward. I think that was the sound of one respawning. Ah! Oh! Oh! I don't like that. So I'm assuming this is a maze situation then? Okay, it's a pretty straightforward maze. At least the spikes don't come out of nowhere. You can kind of see where they're going to come from. It could be so much worse if that weren't the case. Just ask Hansel and Gretel. They were doing just fine on their little adventure through the woods until they came across those spikes. Man, rip in peace, Hansel. That's what happened to him. He didn't have to eat his sister. She actually ate him. Because he was already, like, impaled and it was cold and she was hungry. What could she do? What could she do? That's how the witch... They always say it was a witch who found him, but in reality... it was just some woman. And, you know, she, of course, saw his impaled body and was like, told Gretel, come on back to my house. I'll make you comfortable. She called the police. They showed up. Gretel made up all these horrible stories because she didn't want to confess. She didn't want to admit that they had run away from home. So she's like, oh, this crazy witch kidnapped us and turned my brother into a kebab. And oh, my gosh, the horrible things that have happened to us. And, of course, that woman went away for a really long time. A really long time. And the truth wasn't discovered until decades later that, in fact, Hansel and Gretel had run away and stumbled across a trap, and he'd been impaled. It was a horrible thing, really. We got Gust Bellows, by the way. We finally got the dungeon item. I've been talking this thing up, so you'd think it's going to be really cool, right? You're wrong. It is just like a vacuum. I don't even think it is a vacuum. I think it's more like a... It's what are they? A leaf blower, essentially. Or I guess a dust blower. It's the opposite of a vacuum cleaner. It doesn't suck stuff up and it blows it off. But it's great. It's great. We can go back to previous areas in the game where we've seen little, like, mounds of dirt. And we can get all kinds of great treasure out of them. We can flip these guys over on their backs for all the, you know, good in the world that does us. We can blow the big guys to where we want them. Oh, this is going to be great. See, we'll get rid of all these guys here. Then I can safely jump over. And, oh, okay. Well, he ran. He fled. So good call for him, I guess. I think we can just push these guys into stuff and they'll blow up. Like, I don't even think we have to... Oh, gosh. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, you. Hold on, you. Hold on. Just... Oh, gosh. It's all gone to chaos. Get out of here. Oh! Select the bellows. Select the bellows! Jeez! Oh my gosh, how do you recenter the camera? There we go. Maybe I should have just done that a long time ago and we'd be having less problems. That makes a lot of sense. Because I'm sitting so close to the screen, the fact that I haven't ever tried to recenter the camera is probably a big issue. It's probably why we're having so many problems with aiming. Oh, see, now I can't be mad at the game, though. Because that just means that I'm an inept buffoon. And I should have realized that sooner. Can we just pretend like I didn't figure that out and I can continue to be mad at the game when it misinterprets my swing? What was that? This had better be something good. This had better make up for all the trials and tribulations I've gone through. It's a golden skull. A real rarity among skull ornaments. It shines with an eerie golden color. It says that these are rare, but we have 6 of them now. You know what we still don't have? Is the other skull that we've been needing to upgrade the Iron Shield. Or not even the... What is the other thing we needed? I think we did get the Iron Shield upgraded, but there's something else we can upgrade. Might have been the bug net. I can't quite remember. There's something else that we can upgrade that we need a different type of skull for. I can't remember what kind specifically. Alright, you. I'm back. I'm gonna have my revenge. My gosh, my very violent revenge. We are going to clear out all the dirt in here, just so y'all know, before we progress any further. Lovely. And I'm going to keep falling off because that's just something that Link does automatically. When you approach the edge of a floor, he just throws himself off violently like a lunatic. It's not something I want to have happen. It's just the way the game works. Honestly. Is Breath of the Wild... I guess it's not the first game to allow you to control Link's jump. Because you can do it in Link's Awakening. But you have to have an item to let Link jump. You have to have a feather equipped for him to jump. It's like, this is not a thing a normal Hylian can do. Hylians do not jump normally. How weird is that? Okay, so this is a shortcut back up, I take it. Who made that call? It's a weird call to make. I guess it does gate progression a bit, because there are some areas you can't get to until you can jump. So if you could jump out the gate... I mean, they'd have to come up with slightly more clever progression, walls of progression, but I mean, it's Nintendo. They could do it. I hate it in these 3D games, though, especially. I hate it in these 3D games because it makes no sense that Link cannot jump unless you just run at a ledge. It's really frustrating. Or rather, I guess he can jump, but you can't control it. That's what I like about Breath of the Wild. Should we complete this room before we go any further? I kind of feel like we should. If there's just anything else left behind in here, I don't want to have to come back later. We might have to. Oh, Amber Relic. Okay. I mean, we still have a lot of these. They're precious stones found everywhere. Boy, howdy, tell me about it. What are these things useful for anyway? They better come in handy, because I've been collecting them like crazy. And if it turns out at the end of the game, the only thing they're useful for is just like, I guess 100% completion. Is there a set number of them? I can't remember if any enemies have dropped them. If so, it sort of decreases the rare value of them. If I can just like farm an infinite amount by killing bokoblins out in the woods. But we need to get back up top. Gotta figure out how to do that. I guess we do that over here. There's nothing more disappointing than clearing out a pile of dust and realizing that there's absolutely nothing underneath it. And then you start to question like everything you've ever done in your life leading up to that moment. Like, was it even worth it? Should I even be playing this game right now if I'm not getting anything like out of it? All right, you. I need to blow you into this pile of rubber. Rubber? Rubble, rather. Come over here and get me. Come this way. See, we got to somehow... Oh. Well, that was incredibly easy. Dadgummit. It's just like right on the edge. It's right on the edge. Nice. Okay, we'll clear out this one first. I think these are the last two piles. Unless there's piles up on the higher stacks, but I have no idea how to get to those. So we are not going to concern ourselves with that at the moment. Shrek me. Again, with the inability to control the jumping. Very upsetting. You could make the argument that if I got good, I would be able to stop before I reached the edges of objects and threw myself off in random directions. And I can't tell you that you're wrong. All I can tell you to do is hush. Because this is not as easy as it looks, guys. What do you think this is? Some kind of children's game? This is Zelda games are mature games made for adults. By other adults. For adults who want to play as 14-year-old children. The Amber Relics are used for upgrading your equipment. Silent Mutie, which I'm assuming is how you say your name. Thank you very much. Which equipment in particular uses the Amber Relics? Or is it just like all of them occasionally use a bit of Amber Relic? Also, how is it used in the upgrade process? Do you melt it down into like liquid amber and then you hard coat stuff in it? And that makes it super strong? I don't know. I'm not asking you this as though you'll actually know, because I know you're not the blacksmith in the game. That's the only guy who knows what he's doing. He's the only one who knows how the Amber Relic is actually used in the process. You have to go to the Skyloft Bazaar? Sure, yeah. I'll ask him when I get up there. I'll ask him, hey, so how exactly does the amber work in the process? He's going to be real with us, though. I feel like he's going to be real. He's just going to explain that it doesn't really contribute anything to the process. And in fact, his wife is just, or his mom. Doesn't he live with his mom? His mom is a big fan of amber. So she just wants him to collect some for him. I mean, what a guy, really. What a guy. He's going to go out of his way to ask his customers to bring him amber so he can give it to his mom. That's the kind of kid you want in your life. I don't have any children, but if I did, that's what I would want out of my kids. A kid who's going to like, okay, yeah, welcome to my job. Welcome to my work. I'm going to do whatever task you ask me to do. But first, let me have an amber relic that my mom will like. My mom was not a fan of amber relics. I mean, we've never talked about amber relics, but she certainly never mentioned that she's a big fan of them. So, I mean, she could be. She could be. I'll have to ask her next time I see her. She does like those like wooden dolls that you get at, I say dolls, wooden statues maybe, that you get when you go to like a Cracker Barrel. I forget what they're called. They're like the Willow dolls or something like that. They're little faceless wooden carved statues. So, maybe that's what I'm going to start doing on Twitch. Instead of accepting bits, if you want to contribute something, you have to contribute one of those statues for my mom. Thanks. All right, so we finished up over there, and where do we go to next? Put this away. What is our next stage of progression? Do we need to go back? We did never figure out what was in that other room, but I have also no idea how to get into that other room. I guess we might have missed something. Oh, wait, no, we can do more in here now. That's it. because now we have the bellows. Remember this thing I was talking about? Maybe we can finally move this. I bet that's how we're going to progress forward. Deal with these little guys first off. Last thing I want is a surprise sting in the behind when I'm trying to do my anti-vacuuming. What do you call this? What is the opposite of vacuuming? Okay, sure. So I can push this around. To what end, though? Is there like a button? Oh, there is. Oh, okay. Called that one. I guess blowing would be the opposite of vacuuming, but I don't want to call it that because that is... It sounds rather questionable, you know? And I just want to keep everything on the up and up around here. Excellent. We still haven't found the dungeon map. Just throwing that out there. It'd be nice to have that. Because, I got no idea what else we have to do here. This is like the one dungeon, again, that I don't remember anything about. Except for the fact that I did it. It's been like 3 years, but I did it. And there's a giant scorpion at the end, and that's all I remember. Oh, and the bellows. But the only reason I remember the bellows being here is because of all the piles of sand. That's the only thing that triggered that for me. Get out of here, you. You also need to go. Get far away from here. I don't know if we need to use them to activate something in this room. Potentially. For right now, though, they're just a hassle. There we go. They will respawn if it's like the other room. They'll be back. So if we need them, no worries. I see some... I don't know. What do we call them? Like drones, I guess? They're kind of like guardians. I guess you could say there's some guardians in this room. So those could be fun to deal with later. He can't get me up here. I think we're fine. Yeah, I think the big issue here is if they get me... Oh, they can jump! Oh, all that confidence in the world about me being safe up here, and they can jump. All right, then. That's... expect the unexpected in a Zelda game, my friends. Good grief. I've never seen a scorpion jump in real life. I've seen one like crawl up one of my shirts before and then proceed to sting me. I saw one fall off of a door handle after stinging me in the hand, a little bitty one. Thank goodness it was a little one, because if it was a full-blown one... Man, those things hurt. It's like a bee sting. I mean, I guess it does depend on the type of scorpion. One that got me, it's like getting 12 bee stings in like one spot instantly. It's not a pleasant experience. That little one on the door handle, though, wasn't too bad. It was more like I thought that I'd pricked my finger on something. I was like, why is there a sharp piece of metal on the door? It makes no sense. There wasn't. There was a scorpion. Don't recommend it. Oh, this room got worse. This room is not as good now. I'm not happy about this room. It was so much simpler before. Bugs, a little bit of sand. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't like sand. It's coarse, it's rough, it's irritating, and it gets everywhere. But, you know, it's better than massive chasms that you can fall through. You can sink into sand, but if you're quick enough, you can kind of get over it. Massive chasms you can only fall into. It can only be bad. There we go. Alright, you. Also, there are drones in here now. We have to deal with drones, lest we forget the drone issue. That's sort of my number one concern, because I don't think I ever really figured out how to deal with these the first time I played through this game. So I definitely don't remember how to deal with these now. Oh, we got a monster horn. Well-crafted horn. Made of sturdy animal bone. You might find it use as a material. Alrighty, sure thing. Anything is possible, I guess. How do you deal with these? I guess the way we're going to approach it is, as long as it's not bothering me, I won't bother it. You know, for now, we'll see where that gets us. Where do I need to get to from here? One would assume I need to get that closer to me so that I can get over there, but I have no idea how to do that. Okay, go back. No, go the other way, go the other way, go the other way. Might have missed something over here, I guess. Slingshot upgrade and beetle upgrade, bow upgrade, wooden shield upgrade, iron shield upgrade, sacred shield upgrade, small bomb bag upgrade, small seed satchel upgrade, small quiver upgrade for the amber relics. Goodness gracious, third party. Thank you for hosting me. Silent Muty. Thank you for going through the effort to look all of that up. So pretty much, not everything, but just about everything in the game is upgraded using amber relics. We gotta follow that guy around. We gotta follow that blacksmith around, see what he's doing with the amber relic. I'm sticking with my theory that he doesn't actually use it in the upgrades, and he's just giving it to his mom or his grandma at night because he's a good grandson. That's my going theory. Also, I just saw up here that there's a pinwheel, and I bet you that's what we got to do. Hey, nice, nice. Because what else? I mean, what are practical applications for amber in the real world? Dinosaurs? Finding dinosaur DNA. Oh, no! Oh, hello there, you. Thank you for playing. I tried. I'm trying. I'm striking forward. Whew. That's the only thing I know about amber. It's a sap that's gotten really hard, and there could potentially be dinosaur DNA in it, although someone proved that wrong. A lot of people don't know. I don't want to say Jurassic Park is based on a true story, but Jurassic Park was inspired by a real-life case of someone finding a fossilized mosquito, or not even fossilized, a preserved mosquito, liquid and everything, encapsulated in amber, and they took a sample from it, and they tested it, and they were like, oh yeah, we got dinosaur DNA, and that's what inspired the book. But they went back later and confirmed it wasn't dino DNA, and they did some other tests, and they're like, we think it was just contaminated during the test. So it's kind of cool that it's based on a real thing from science, but also kind of disappointing that they were wrong. But I guess that does prove it is potentially possible to find one with the DNA intact, which would be cool. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's like, oh yeah, go find me some amber, I'll upgrade your stuff. But then we bring him the amber, he just puts it in a box. He goes back home with it later, and he's like, okay, I'll find some ancient dinosaur DNA in this. Oh my gosh, what if... do we ever find out that guy's name? Oh, snap! Oh, I think I see where this is going. Okay, yeah, I think I see exactly where this is going. We're gonna have to knock those back with our handy-dandy iron shield. Equip that iron shield, Link! Let's go. Come on, pal. I'm ready for you. Oh, wait, no. This is not shield-based at all. This is 100% like sword-based. Oh, well, this just destroys them. It doesn't necessarily send them back? Can I send them back? Oh, here we go. Nice! I don't know why I didn't figure this out my first time through. Okay, so we got these again. Oh, they're a bit of a hassle to deal with, aren't they? Didn't necessarily mean to do a Skyward Strike there, but it worked. How many times you got to do this? Twice? Wasn't there another one? Holy snot! Oh, man, I wish all of those had not just fallen into the void. That is a disappointment. Anyway, I'm sticking with my theory that the blacksmith is trying to bring back dinosaurs in Skyloft. Okay. Twilight Princess. You know the weird bird people? The weird, like, chicken bird people that live in the sky? Guys, I think I figured it out. I figured out the secret. That is actually what happened when that guy tried to bring back the dinosaurs. He was experimenting with the DNA. It went horribly wrong, as DNA exploration often does. Ian Malcolm tried to warn us. Life finds a way. He created sentient bird people. He melded the DNA of the dinosaurs with the Skyloftians. Oh my gosh! And then, of course, when Zelda and Link moved to the surface with Groose and all of his friends, they stayed in the sky like the hideous mutants they are, and they hid away from the world in shame because they were beasts. Oh my gosh, what a story. What an epic story. I can't believe we're the first people to ever figure that out. So it turns out that's why he's got us collecting amber, so he can make mutant dinosaur bird people. Wow. It really changes your perspective on the whole franchise when you know that. And we do know that. It's the definitive knowledge now. We're sticking to it. We're sticking with this nonsense that we've just dreamt up. Alright? It's canon. Deal with it. Ah, shrek me. No, it's fine. It's fine. We got this. Nice. Nice. Alright, so if they're not all lined up, if you take out at least one head, nice! It does at least buy you a second. And they do drop pretty good rewards here. We are getting close to our total, though. So if we're not careful, we're going to start wasting rupees up here. That's why... See, Blood Elf agrees! Blood Elf agrees! That's why we're collecting the Amber Relics. I'm so glad that we figured this out, guys. This really needs to be what's in Hyrule Historia. I don't think this is mentioned in Hyrule Historia. but maybe now that we've cracked the code, I'm going to contact Nintendo. It'll be the second time I've contacted Nintendo, because Nintendo were the ones who told me to take the empty game case back to Target and try to get a refund or an exchange. So I'm going to contact them again. I'm going to be like, guys, I figured it out. Miyamoto's going to be like, oh my gosh, you're such a genius. Eiji Aonuma's going to be like, oh, I never thought anyone would ever crack the code, but you got it, pal. And they're going to put my name on the Hyrule Historia version 2. And I'm finally going to have my mom be proud of me because I cracked this code about dinosaur amber relic people. Link find Dr. Marayu's... What? Marayu's Island? Who's Dr. Marayu? And how badly am I saying that? Morayu. Morayu. I won't be able to function as a human being until you tell me who that is and how I'm mispronouncing it. Also, apologies if your last name is Marayu and I can't pronounce it. That's just how it be. I'm very bad at pronunciation of most things, particularly names, and then definitely usernames. Wait, what was this? Was this just a door? Okay, I see where this is going. I can totally see where this is going. Get out of here, guys. Here we go. Classic novel, The Guy Who Did Animal Experiments, Nevermind. We're not talking about the guy who made the Human Centipede, are we? Is that a classic novel? I don't think it's a classic novel. I apologize that I don't understand your classic literature reference. I've never claimed to be an expert on classic literature. I'm gonna figure this out, though. Oh, hold on. Okay. Alright. Do you think that we can, like, do one of these? Nice! We gotta get in there pretty quick, though, so we can get to that rupee. Oh, this is different. We got a different kind of drone down here. Oh, dadgummit, the rupee's gone. Do we have to fight this drone in order to get in there? Oh, he's got like a thing on his head. Hold on, you. Selecting things is very difficult. My controller is very wrong. What button resets the controller aim? Did we ever figure that one out? I know we did it earlier, but I can't remember what button it was. Okay, here we go. Nice. Can we get to the other one? No, we can't. Okay, no, that's fine. Oh! This is like a little mini boss here. But I think we actually have to fight 2 of these at one point. Maybe I'm wrong. Come on, hold still. There we go. No, no, no. Thrust! No, come on! This is not fair! I definitely thrusted! Granted, I probably didn't do it the way the game wants me to. But it's not my fault the game is not that accurate. I need to play the new Spyro on PC. You know, I've never played... I own Spyro, actually. I've got it on the Switch. Because I had an Amazon gift card. And I was like, what... I actually asked my Discord about this. I was like, what physical game should I get for the Switch with this Amazon gift card? And we landed on Spyro. So I have it, but I've never played Spyro before. I'd be well into playing it. I've talked about it. I've had PlayStations growing up. I just didn't buy good games, right? Like, I had a Game Boy Color growing up, and I didn't have any... I shouldn't be having this much trouble with this. I don't need your help right now, Fi. I know what I'm doing wrong, okay? I know what I'm doing wrong. It's just doing it right that's the difficult part. Leave me alone. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me again. Okay. Go! There we go. My gosh. You really gotta just go straight ahead. If you, like, deviate at all, it goes off in all kinds of directions. Spyro's really fun. I want to play it one of these days. I also want to play Crash, because I've never played Crash Bandicoot. Oh, hold on. I don't think we should be going in here. I think this is like another room. We need to go back to that chest. Mistakes were made. Okay, we're not permanently locked out of there, though. Yeah, this is a room for later. Let's go back. I wanted to play Crash Bandicoot. The only time I've ever played Crash Bandicoot was when I played, what is that game? Uncharted 4. And there's a segment in the game where you play Crash Bandicoot with your wife. That's the only experience I've got with the game. Also, did y'all just see that happen? Is there some amber relic over there? There's a bit of amber relic over there. Did I not collect this earlier, or is this a new amber relic? If I leave the room and come back, will there always be an amber relic spawning here? And if so, Is that something I need to manipulate? Like, should we leave the room and come back 12 times like we did in Link's Awakening to get bombs? Probably not. But I could do that. That's the start of Uncharted? Yeah, I think it's Uncharted 4. When you play with your wife. You play Crash Bandicoot. That was fun. That's the only time I've ever played it. I still haven't beat the PS1 version of Spyro Ripto's Rage. On my memory card, it still has the last boss. I can't beat him for some reason. That's a struggle. That's a real struggle. I had games like that when I was a kid, though, that I just, for some reason, I couldn't wrap my head around them, and I would just ultimately have to either give them up or... You know what? We talked about this over my birthday because we ended up streaming and completing this game, but there was one game as a kid that I had a lot of problems with, but I continued to play, and that was Buzz Lightyear... Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue, which is still one of my favorite like action collectathon platformy games. It's a really good game. It's a lot like a Mario 64 style game, but I would argue kind of done better in certain ways. But when I got it as a kid, I spawned into Andy's room. You know, that's how the game starts. And I would do the little puzzle in Andy's room and end up stuck inside of his little sister's crib, which is in his room for some reason. I don't remember if it's like that in the movie, but I don't think we can go through there yet. Or maybe it stays open. I think it... Oh, it stays open. Great. We need to go do something over here, I'm sure. But I would just restart the game and play through that segment again. And it took a long time before I think my cousin came over. And she just pointed out that in the corner of the screen, it was telling me how to get out of the crib. And I was just too, like, dumb as an 8-year-old kid to figure that out. Oh, that just keeps veering off in that direction. So, yeah. But I remember that game in particular... I would play it for a while, I would get so far, I would have a lot of fun with it, but then I would get stuck on it at some point. And my friend ended up getting... Why is this impossible? Hold on a minute. How many bombs have I thrown at this guy? That game in particular, though, I would get stuck on it for the longest time, and then I would go over to my friend's house, and he would have figured out, you know, how to progress to the next bit of the story or whatever. And he would show me, and I'd sort of take that back home with me, and... It was fun, you know? It was a lot of fun to very slowly make my way through that game. I ended up not... Oh, can I not do this? Guys, I've made a mistake. I cannot do whatever it is I'm trying to do. Maybe we don't do this yet. Maybe we need to go do a different part of the dungeon. Maybe we'll come back to this. Let's do a save, first off, in case I die a horrible death. But yeah, I finished that game... I feel like maybe 10 years after I bought it. I plugged it into a PC that was way too new for it, and I had a lot of trouble, but I finally beat it. And, or wait a minute, did I? I did, yeah. And then we beat it again, my second time, like my millionth time playing it, my second time to beat it was on my birthday. We streamed the whole thing. It was a good time. Just watching you play makes me want to be on my GameCube and pull out my PSP or Game Boy. Ah, good nostalgia. I recommend it. Sometimes you play a game and it holds up. You know, it's not every time, but sometimes that happens. And when it does, it's really good. It's always a really good experience. Like, I remember playing through Buzz Lightyear, you know, on my birthday here a few months ago. And I was really, really worried that it wouldn't live up to sort of what I had remembered it as. And I think in some ways there were some things that were a bit disappointing. But in a lot of other ways, it was still really good and it was still really fun. And it was just as satisfying to beat it. There we go. Okay, no more rolling, my friends. Here we go. Booking it. Booking it. I don't think this is how you do this. Yeah, this is not how you do this. Wait, can I blow this sand away? Oh, that's possible. What would be awesome is if creators remastered old games instead of creating new ones. I mean, I think you're in a minority on that. I think most people want new games. But I actually agree with you. I'm really excited that they're re-releasing the old SpongeBob game, Battle for Bikini Bottom. They're doing an HD remaster of that. And I am super excited for that because I love that game. That is a fantastic game. So I'm looking forward to that. And also, you know, if anyone out there has the rights to Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue and they want to do an HD remaster, I would for sure buy it. I'm in. Also, I cannot run across this dirt. So this is not our correct progression path. We must have to come at this from a different angle. So what do we do next? Now that we've got the dungeon item, is there anything else that's opened up to us that wasn't before? Some bats up there. Actually a bit stumped. If I can't make that run, and And I don't have any items that are going to let me make that run. I don't think I have anything that restores stamina. We could check my potions, I guess. What have I got? I've got a revitalizing potion, fairy, and a heart potion. Revitalizing, I think, is the one that restores our shield. So that's not going to help us get across that dust. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Let's check the map here. So we've got a chest there, a chest there. Zelda's at the end. A chest there. Maybe we can get over here from over here? I don't think so, but it might be worth a shot. Let's go have a look. But yeah, I would love to play Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue, like, on the Switch in HD. That would be really cool. I found a patch for it on the PC version. I gotta go find my disc. But there's a patch that lets you play it in widescreen on PC. So I think that's probably what we're gonna end up doing for my birthday. Again, just like we did last year. Just play through that whole game. Because it only takes... I can't remember if we 100%ed it. I don't think we 100%ed it. But we came pretty close in just under 4 hours. So I think it'd be really cool to do that on PC, but, you know, widescreen. I haven't checked to see if anyone's redone the textures, because a lot of people... Like, there are some crazy hardcore fans for that game. I had no idea. So it wouldn't surprise me if someone had gone out and made, like, 4K models and textures for it. But also, it's not as big a game as something like, you know, a Zelda is. So unlikely. Very unlikely. I mean, you got people remaking the entirety of Ocarina of Time in, you know, in brand new engines and stuff. Oh, and someone is developing... I shared this in the Discord. Someone is developing like a fan-made betweenquel that happens between, what is it? Ocarina of Time and... Can I do something with this bomb? Or am I just flying away for no reason? I've got no idea where I'm headed with this. I feel like there's a time stone we gotta hit somewhere. Maybe that's it over there. But I don't know if this is how we're supposed to do it. It takes place between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Also, I am not trying to zigzag back and forth like this. It's not giving me any choice but to do this. Huh. I don't know what to do now. I'm actually very stumped. So I don't think I can... So can I blow something through? Oh, hold on. Wait, what? What? Stop. Stop this now. Okay, I can kind of blow at that. There's nothing underneath there. That's just a heart I'm never going to get now. How do you get through this door? How on earth? We haven't missed anything in any of the previous rooms, it doesn't look like. Oh, hold on. There's a chest right there we didn't get. I don't know if that's necessary for progression, but it might very well be. So I guess we better head back and grab it. Where would that... How would we have missed that? I guess we didn't have the map when we went through that room. I highly doubt that that's going to be the answer to all of our problems. But you know what they say, leave no chest behind. And I am nothing if not a man who will look after a chest. Gotta figure out how to get to it first, of course. Oh, wait a minute. I know which chest it is. Get away from me. Shoo. Oh, right. This room, we haven't even activated this room yet. Forgot about that. There's got to be like a stone in here somewhere that activates this room. Because all we did was open up that door over there. But at some point, this whole room comes online. Hold on, look at that right there. Did we ever activate that one? I don't think we did. Book it. We can do it. You can do it. You can do it, Link. You can do it. You can die, Link. I did that. I made that happen. I killed Link. I'm sorry, everyone. Oh, just spawned right here next to this guy. That's great. Hold on. Is there somewhere to stand? Okay. Let's let the stamina re-go. And... I don't think this is how we're supposed to get over here. I somehow feel like this is the wrong thing to do. Just judging by the fact that he keeps drowning and dying. So there's got to be another answer to this. But somehow we got to activate this room. Ooh. We have gone back over here before, yeah? Yeah, that's how we open... Oh, we did time shift this room. We did time shift this room, but we never went into that last room over there. I remember how to do it now. I mean, I know we just did this 20 minutes ago, and it's ridiculous that I've forgotten. But bear with me here, okay? Do you think we have to fly that thing over there, or can I make a shot with my, with my slingshot from here? Hold on. Yeah, that's just never gonna happen. I usually try to stay optimistic. I try to believe, you know, keep up the faith. But I just don't think, no matter how hard we try, we're going to be able to shoot with the slingshot from here. Now, maybe if we had the upgraded slingshot. Who can say? That's a whole different situation. Okay. So now we can reach that lever and we can go get that chest. And I know exactly where it is because we ran up to that door there, but we couldn't get into it. And then I completely forgot about it. Oh. There we go. Yeah, because remember, we just ran across. We never went up here. Once more, I don't think this is going to be the answer to the current problem that we're having. I don't think this is going to be our big solution, but it is going to give us at least whatever is in this chest. So, oh, it's a wooden chest. Oh, it's going to be 20 rupees. Or a piece of Elden ore, even though we're nowhere near Elden Volcano. Because that's just like the game devs think that's a fitting reward for some reason. I've gone through a lot of effort to come back here and get whatever's in this chest. So, I don't know. I'm just preparing myself for disappointment. I'm going to say 20 rupees, and if y'all want to guess something different in the chat, be my guest. But I wouldn't, if I were you, I wouldn't get my hopes up too much either. For 20 rupees! Good job, everyone. So, at least we know what's in that chest now, and we know that it's nothing useful. There's nothing else in here. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Oh. Oh, there's a path under the sand. Should have remembered that. Considering that was a big part of how you get to this dungeon in the first place, we should have remembered that that's a thing. Let's head back out. We got this now. We got this now. We're going to throw down... I don't know how many... Oh, you can't do markers inside of a dungeon, can you? Because it's underground. It's unfortunate. Get away from me. Shoo. Was there no way to build, like, a faster way up there? These seem to reset every time you leave the room, so I guess not. You know, sometimes there's, like, a permanent block or something you can move that lets you get in and out of a space more easily in the future. But I guess this is not one of those situations. That's fine. That's fine. Let's make this happen, y'all. And let's not die. We're gonna die, though, aren't we? We've managed not to die since that time that Stalfos killed us. Or did we? We've died... Have we died? We've died twice. I think we've died twice. We haven't died in this as many times as we died in Link's Awakening. Thank goodness. I never did do a count on that, and I never will. Yeah, so we can't put down markers. We're just going to have to go... Ah, here we go. We got this, everybody. We got this. Let's not get too assured of ourselves here. Because the possibility of failure is still there. And probably actually a lot higher than we would like to believe. Oh. Oh, ho. What have we here? Is this on the map? I guess it's kind of on the map. Oh, wait, there's not going to be rats down here. Is this going to be a Wind Waker? If I take a wrong turn, a rat's going to come over and get sassy with me and throw me out on the ground? Can I zoom in any further? It doesn't look like this is the turn we need to take. We'll go down one more. Unless there was something, like, useful down there. This is definitely the right answer. Right? Like, this is where we want to go. But what's in this chest? It can't be anything dungeon-specific, because surely we've already gotten all the dungeon-specific items. We got in the bellows here. I wonder if we can hook these up to a series of... Oh, we got a goddess plume. Yeah, that's right. Remember we discussed what part of the goddess the plume comes from. I think we... Blood Elf, what'd you say it was? Hair? I guess it's hair. Preferably from the top of the head. I mean, I don't want to believe it's like goddess leg hair, but if it is, so be it. Wait a minute, we just got this as a random drop. Now you're telling me that that's what's in the chest? It doesn't mean as much when you get it as a random drop a few seconds before. You know what I mean? Well, you then turn around and you get it as a reward in a chest. It sort of is not... Oh, hold on. Can I push this? No. He looked like he was pushing right there, so I thought maybe... Well, I don't know. Wow, this looks like you're playing from some old fake 3D game. Like those faux 3D games back in the day. Sneaky Milgard Solid Vents. Yeah, kind of like that. I was thinking a little older, like if you ever played the original Doom or Wolfenstein. where it's like just flat boxes all around you. It was very good for the time. It was very good for the time. We'll never say that it wasn't, but certainly for the time. Oh, get out of here, Link. We're all gonna die. Okay. Straight ahead here, I guess. And then take a left at an undisclosed point. Probably near where that guy is. Can we take him out? We're running low on bombs. Oh, no. Oh, no! I guess that was the point we're supposed to turn left. You just filled my chat with Doritos? Well, I'm not even mad. Probably alongside that thing. Right where that guy's at is actually where we're supposed to be, probably. He just happens to be blocking our course. Ugh. That was on me. Alright, so it's actually convenient he was there. We're getting there, everybody. You want Doritos now? I can't tell you the last time I had Doritos. I know, I'm going to sound like such a fake gamer boy, but I haven't had Doritos in a very long time. Which is weird, because they used to be like the go-to chips for my household. Not my household, but like my parents' household. Oh, look at him. He's so much more pathetic like this. Oh, I could just do this all day. We're not going to, though. We're going to hit him with a bomb. Adios. Did he drop a heart by chance? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. For a second, I thought that maybe, just maybe... Oh! How dare you! I thought that maybe we would, hit him. Nice! You gotta get them when they're big and inflated like that. Get out of here. I forgot where I was going with that sentence. It just died. That's fine. That's fine. It probably wasn't going to go anywhere good anyway. Okay, this is actually like a substantial room. And it opens up to like the next part of the dungeon. Is there anything this way? Are we missing anything over there? I guess it's possible we might want to get something from over here. Let's just explore it for the sake of things. I'm hoping we get something better than a goddess plume. Oh, sweet. By going into this next room. If I open up another chest, it's just, those were some pretty weak sauce enemies we killed, and we happened to get a goddess plume out of it. And then you open the chest and it's another goddess plume. It just feels like you've been cheated out of a better treasure. I don't know if what drops from enemies are randomized or not. If they were, then that's just unfortunate that that's what they would drop in that exact moment. Go to the vents here. Okay, I'm gonna go take a right, go straight. And then presumably a left. Remember that. Although I think it does pay to go the wrong direction because sometimes... Nope. Also, this is a left. I don't know why I said a right. Sometimes I get right and left confused. What am I? A toddler? You know, toddlers are often known for grasping the concept of right and left. It takes quite a bit of time to work through here and grab these extra rupees. But the thing is, no one else is ever going to explore these ruins. So if I don't get them, then they're just out of the economy. You know, you have all these rupees just lying around. It's going to cause some, like, financial problems if we don't reintroduce them to the economy pretty quick. It's like all those people who are hoarding $2 bills. I get it. They're semi-rare. But, come on. Go buy something with them. Buy something from me with them, because I would actually like to hoard them. I spent a $2 bill once, because I had 2 of them. And I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and spend 1 of them. And then I'll still have the second one. And that remains one of my greatest life regrets to this day, is the fact that I spent this $2 bill. My mom even told me, like, you don't really want to spend that, do you? And I was like, I really want the Star Wars Lego, so yeah? Oh my gosh. If I could go back and just slap little me. Although it was a pretty cool Star Wars Lego. I think it was one of the droid fighters. Yeah, I don't need this in my life. I can just run around with that. It's not like a hassle. Ah! I even knew he was over here. I don't know why that caught me by surprise. Okay, we're gonna have to like recenter this thing again. It's like, ugh, goodness gracious. Get out, get away, shoot. This isn't the boss room, is it? Because I know the boss room is likewise filled with sand. But I think there would be more build up to it. First off, we would probably find a key of some kind, you know? Oh, I see what this room is. This is a vacuum. Well, it's a leaf blowing simulator. Yeah, well, it's a sand blowing simulator is what it is. This is how video game developers teach children about chores, is they give them tasks like this in games. Don't ever let anyone ever trick you into thinking that they thought this would be fun. They knew what they were doing. They all had little kids at home who wouldn't go outside and blow away all of the sand in the morning. And they're like, oh, I'll teach these kids a lesson. You're not going to do it in the real life? I'll make you do it in the game then. Take that, me boy. You know you can call the bank and ask if they provide $2 bills. You can just exchange. What? I didn't know that. But we don't make them anymore, right? Like they're semi-rare? That was my assumption. Because I definitely don't see them in circulation anymore. I might call the bank. I'll see if they do have $2 bills, and I will exchange them if that's the case. I'm gonna get me my $2 bill back, and then I'm going to hoard it, like the crazy person that I am. I also have I think it's a zinc penny. It's silver colored. It's not actual silver, but it's silver colored, and it was manufactured when we were having some sort of copper deficiency in the country or something, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad I got that. Although pennies nowadays are not made with copper anyway, or they're made with like a small amount of it, because the copper's worth more than the penny is, right? But come here, you. You know what I should have done was had that health potion and then caught the fairy, because I'd rather have a fairy than a health potion, but it's too late to go back now. Yeah, so I think the pennies are mostly made with some cheap metal now. And maybe like a bit of copper, but I don't know. There might not be any copper in pennies anymore. Couldn't tell you. Does that mean if you like... I mean, I know it's a crime to destroy currency. But, I mean, speaking theoretically, if you got a lot of pennies, like old pennies, classic pennies, and you just melted them down, and could you sell that metal for more than the value of the pennies? It seems like it would be a lot of hassle, though. I don't know how much it costs to get like a smeltery. And then you gotta heat it up, so you gotta get the fuel for it. It's probably be like more hassle than it's worth to melt down old pennies. And then also, if you get caught, you're gonna be like fined and arrested. Although, saying that, even though it's a crime to destroy currency, they do have those machines that you can crush pennies with. You know, you put the penny in there in a couple of quarters and it spits out a novelty penny with like the zoo's name printed on it or whatever. And no one seems to care too much about that. Even though it is a crime. I guess because it's just a penny. I suppose if you stuck a $100 bill in there and it spat out a papier-mâché Mickey Mouse, we might have a bigger issue, because that's $100 just missing from the economy. Whereas a penny... I mean, I think the country would probably be better off if all the pennies went missing from the economy. Why are we still making them? Who exchanges pennies? Round everything up to... I think we should get away with pennies, and I think we should get rid of nickels, and everything should be rounded up to the 10 cents place. So we just have dimes and quarters, and we'd be done with it. It's so... The inflation has taken us to a point now where it's not practical to have pennies. What purpose are they serving? Or nickels, for that matter. Get rid of them. I would almost say get rid of dimes, too. Everything gets rounded up to a quarter. Maybe we just need to eliminate change entirely as a concept. Not the concept of like change. Not like... Oh, hold on. Not as then I want things to stay the same forever, but it was changed way back, the coin recipe, because they needed specific metals for war. Well, there you go. Wait, so this does do something. I don't know what it's done, but it's done something. Oh, I've stopped it. Oh, it brings it back, and I guess potentially sends it forward as well? Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh. I think I did the wrong thing. Let's turn it off and back on. You know, when anything stops working in the real world, what do? You turn it off and then you turn it back on. Go! Nice. So it should start progressing. I think all that switch back there for is if you come out over here for some reason and this cart's on the other side of the map, you can like call it back. Okay, so this thing's going to activate as soon as that reaches this point. And we're going to be ready for it. I'm super ready for it. This isn't one of the flying ones, is it? Oh, I think it is one of the flying ones. Oh, you know what I just realized? We might be able to blow its bombs back at it. I'm willing to give it a try. Fire! Okay, no, I don't think that's the answer at all. It was worth a shot, though. It was worth a shot. Ah! Ah! We don't have the shield equipped. Get that shield out there, boy. Okay, I'm ready now. And then we gotta wait for these. Maybe we can blow these back at it. Okay, well, you can kind of freeze them in the air a bit there, I guess. But again, probably not the ideal tactic for dealing with them. Alright, you. We haven't taken any damage on this one yet. Just throwing that out there. Well, no, we did, I guess, a second ago when we tried to blow it away. Once again, watching rupees fly off the world is a painful ordeal. Extremely painful ordeal. Ugh. Let's leave that there for a second. If only I could reboot my day sometimes. Oh, yeah? Been having a rough one there, third party? We got them all! Oh, nice job, guys. I mean, it was mostly Link doing all the work. I just wiggled my arms around and hoped for the best, and it did work out. We had a saving point. Oh my gosh, we've been going for an hour and 25 minutes. I normally do like a break every hour. I'm going to do a break right now so I can run to the restroom, but I will be right back.
If you are watching live on Twitch, don't go anywhere. Reese will be right back. However, if you are watching this archive on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to like and comment down below. And if you want to catch future live streams live, head over to twitch.tv/howdyfolkslive. Link in the description. Also consider becoming a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/howdyfolks.